Sometimes truck mods can be very frustrating. Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Rob Motive JT. And that's right, sometimes truck mods can be very frustrating, very disappointing. You know, I'm going to tell you my story here in a minute. But first of all, I'm out cruising around in the Jeep Gladiator because the Jeep Gladiator is basically my daily driver. I, of course, have the Tacoma and the Tundra, but I always pick the Jeep Gladiator because it's just fun to zip around in, to be honest. So this isn't really specific to the Jeep Gladiator, but I think everybody can relate that does mods that sometimes things just don't work out. And this is a truck mod, by the way. So let me tell you my story. You know, I'm getting ready to do what I think is going to be an awesome mod on my Toyota Tundra. And it's going to be probably a fairly controversial mod. There's a lot of people that probably aren't going to like it, but that's okay because I think it's going to be cool. So I ordered all the parts and stuff, and there were, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 different parts, I think, that I need to be able to complete this mod. So everything arrives, or so I think. So I gather everything up this morning and take the journey, about 15 feet, out to my Tundra just to make sure, because you see, I learned a long time ago that you need to make sure that everything fits before you start ripping things apart. Because what's even more frustrating is when you tear things apart and then discover that something doesn't fit right, or you bought the wrong part, or whatever, right? So I go out to the Tundra and I take the shift knob off. I'll give you a couple little hints as to what I'm doing here. I take the shift knob off and I test out a couple parts. There's more than one. I'm not just replacing the shift knob. So I take the shift knob off and I put my first part, or I try to put my first part on. And of course, it's the wrong thread size. It doesn't fit. It just slips right over the threaded rod, the shifter rod, you know? So I'm like, oh, great. But the best part of the whole mod, I try next. I had to custom order this. So I go to put it on and it doesn't fit either. The thread pitch, the thread size is incorrect. Neither part work. So I'm glad that I checked, because I was just getting ready to rip into taking things apart, the center console, because I have to remove a piece of the center console in order to do what I'm going to do. And if you want to check that out, by the way, what it is that I am doing, I do have a channel on that if you're not familiar. It is Rob Motive FST, and that's where this mod will be done. So anyway, it doesn't fit. It doesn't work. So I'm like, oh, great. But then it dawns on me, surely there must be some sort of an adapter that I can get for these two pieces that will make it work. So I go to the Lowe's, which is where I've just been. And they don't have the adapters, you know, they don't carry things that specific. So that doesn't work. But meanwhile, while I'm there, I decided to pick up a nut. This ends up being a thumb screw, I guess, because it's all they had. Just to make sure that the sizing that I have researched on the web is correct. So I buy that, I take it home, and it's not correct. It's the wrong size, because the company that I ordered this special order piece from, what is making all the noise in here? I don't know. The special order part I ordered, they showed the thread size that I would need. So I ordered based on their information, which is incorrect. So I did some more researching and then made another trip to Lowe's, which is where we're coming from right now, to pick up this thumb screw to make sure that the size that I eventually did find is the right size, and I'm pretty confident that it is. So, assuming it is, I have to order some inserts, because there are inserts out there that I can get that will fit into the 2 other parts that I ordered that will make them work. But I have to wait now. I've already waited like 4 weeks to get this special order part that I wanted, or piece that I wanted. So I've decided I'm not sending it back. I could go back to the company and tell them that, hey, you know, I ordered this part based on your information. It's right there on their site, and it's wrong. And I'm sure they'd replace it. You know, I'm almost positive that wouldn't be an issue, so no big deal. But I don't want to screw around waiting for another 4 or 5 weeks, whatever it was, to get this special order part remade. So I am going to order inserts on Amazon. I saw some on Amazon that will fit the parts that I have to be able to complete the mod that I'm trying to do. But I gotta say, it's just frustrating sometimes, you know, when you think you've got everything right, because I did do my research before. Oh, and by the way, let me tell you why I ordered the size I ordered. You can't always trust the internet, right? Gee, I should know that. So I ordered the parts that I needed, the thread pitch, the thread size, based on information I had found on the internet. Now, the problem is they were giving the size based on a manual transmission, which apparently is a different size than an automatic transmission, and not even the right truck, I don't believe. I can't recall if, and I could be wrong, the Tundra ever had a manual transmission. So I'm not exactly sure. I have an automatic. Of course, you can't get a manual Tundra anymore. If you could ever get them at all, I'm not positive. So I ordered based on many posts from different sites that gave me the size that I ordered. So it's not like I didn't do any research, but I guess in the end, best bet, especially if you're going to custom order something, is go to Lowe's, Home Depot, wherever, and buy a nut. It'll cost you what, $1? Maybe a couple bucks, it depends. But buy a nut that is supposed to be the size that you're looking for. Take it home, thread it on, and make sure that it indeed fits. Because it will save you a lot of frustration down the road, especially, again, if you're ordering something custom made with a long lead time and you get it and it doesn't work. So anyway, that's my morning today, is screwing around unproductively with a mod that the parts I ordered are incorrect. What a bummer. I think I have it set now, so it's just a matter of waiting for these inserts to show up. Anyway, leave a comment, let me know. You got any horror stories doing truck mods? Got the wrong parts, things were broken, didn't work. Maybe you tore into the job and then discovered you didn't have what you needed. I'd be curious to know. Also, real quick, I do have 2 additional channels, as I mentioned. Rob Motive about my 2020 Toyota Tacoma, and Rob Motive FST, all about the 2021 Tundra and the upcoming redesigned Tundra, as well as the mod that I'm talking about, which will be posted up once I receive the parts and can actually complete what I need to complete. Check them out, and if you're interested, why not subscribe? Don't forget to click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. And do me a favor, smash that subscribe button on the way out. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.